Ngozi lion spirit activated out of habit. Ah, no now. I bought it 300 naira yesterday. Bah! This slap was so heavy, it knocked a whole basket of tomatoes off balance. Tomatoes rolled everywhere like red waterfall. Market women screamed. A man dived behind the onions for safety. A customer shouted, "Ah, who they beat that girl?" Another one asked, "Is she practicing for boxing match?" Ngozi stood there holding her cheeks, eyes shaking like generator choke. The tomato seller didn't move. She just folded her arms and said, "Auntie, I beg, if you want to price in peace. Don't use violence." If you asked anybody in Umeze village to describe Ngozi Ikawezuki as a child, they would all say the same thing. Fine girl, very fine, but if laziness was a human being, it would answer her name. From the day she could walk, she specialized in not lifting a finger. As a baby, when her mother, Mama Ngozi, carried her on the back to go to farm, other babies would be playing with sand, plucking leaves, disturbing their mothers. Not Ngozi. She would just lie there, fully relaxed, drooling, peacefully, like rent-free tenant. "See my princess," Mama Ngozi would boast, patting her tiny legs. "Other children like suffering. My own like soft life." Her father, Pa Ezoke, would shake his head and mutter, "Soft life that does not include broom and play. Continue. One day you will cry over this your princess." Nobody listened to him. After all, what do fathers know? By the time Ngozi turned 6, chores became her natural enemy. One Saturday morning, sunny and peaceful, Mama Ngozi stood in the doorway of her daughter's room. "Ngo baby," she called in that sweet, dangerous tone African mothers use before they issue command. "Yes, mommy," came the lazy reply from under the wrapper. "Stand up and sweep this room." There was a pause. The wrapper moved slightly. "Mommy," Ngozi's small voice trembled. "I can't." "Why?" her mother asked, already suspicious. I had a dream in the night," Ngozi said, sitting up slowly. "In the dream, an angel told me not to touch broom today. If I sweep, my destiny will shift." Her mother gasped softly. "Angel?" Paezo, who had been passing the corridor, stopped and shouted. Angel did not say anything. "Angel is tired of you. Stand up and sweep that room before I shift your destiny myself." From that day, the excuses only upgraded. "Give her plate to wash. My hand is paining me. Ask her to fetch water. My leg is shaking. Tell her to rinse pot. Mommy, I can't bend. Doctor said I have waist malaria." One particular afternoon, her younger brother Ebuka, who was only 9, came back from school carrying 2 buckets of water on his small head. He dropped one bucket, sweating and panting. "Ngozi, abeg, help me carry the second bucket inside." She was lying on the bench, eating granite. "Ebuka, don't be wicked," she said, stretching her legs. "Can't you see I'm resting?" "I almost fainted today." "You almost fainted? How?" he asked. "I was thinking too much," she replied. "Thinking also uses energy." Ebuka just stared, dropped the second bucket by himself and walked away, shaking his head like an old man. As they grew older, rows became clearer. If there was sweeping, Ebuka; fetching water, Ebuka; washing plates, Ebuka; running errands, Ebuka. If Ngozi did anything at all, people would gather to see it live. One evening, visitors were coming. Mama Ngozi rushed around shouting, "Ebuka, sweep the parlor. Ngozi, lay the table. Let your hand touch something today." Ngozi dragged her leg to the dining table and picked up one spoon. She placed it, then signed loudly and leaned on the chair. "Mommy, my head is turning me. This thing is too stressful." Laying one spoon is stressful. Pa is okay, back from the veranda. "Papa, don't shout. My system is sensitive," she replied, fanning herself. "Your system will soon be reset," he muttered. Even neighbors noticed. One woman whispered one day, not knowing Pa Ezoke was behind her. "That Ezoke daughter, if laziness was an Olympic sport, she would bring gold medal for Nigeria." He closed his eyes and sighed deeply. Ngozi had one close friend, Amarachi, who lived 3 compounds away. Where Ngozi was lazy, Amarachi was hardworking. Where Ngozi's brain produced excuses, Amarachi produced solutions. Almost every afternoon, Ngozi would disappear. "Mommy, I'm going to help Amarachi with assignment," she would announce. The only thing she helped with was finishing Amarachi's snacks. At Ama's house, it was always the same pattern. Ama, her mother would shout from the backyard, "Sweep parlor, wash those plates and rinse that pot before you go out." "Yes, ma," Amarachi would answer. Ngozi, Ama's mother, would add, "You can help her, oh." Ngozi would place her hand on her chest immediately. "Ma, I would love to help, but I hit my hand on the door this morning. See?" She squeezed her face in pain. "If I carry broom now, it will swell." The woman would just hiss. "Ama, manage your friend. She will marry rich man that would hire 10 housemates for her." Amarachi would be flying around, washing, sweeping, tidying up. Ngozi would be stretched on the bed, legs crossed, giving commentary. "Ama, you missed a corner. See that dust under the chair. You don't know how to sweep small," she would say, crunching chin. "This your mother cannot touch broom." "Is the one inspecting work," Amarachi would reply. "Some of us are supervisors," Ngozi would smile. "Supervision is my calling." One night, after everyone had eaten, Paezoke sat outside under the moon, sharpening his cutlass slowly. He watched as Ebuka washed plates inside, while Ngozi argued with someone on the phone about why she could never do housework if her nails were painted. He turned to his wife. "Amarachi," he said quietly, "one day, life will flog that girl the way we have refused to flog her." Why are you talking like that?" Mama Ngozi frowned. "She is still a child. She will change." He shook his head. "This girl is lazy, dirty and full of excuses. If you don't correct her now, this same laziness will follow her into marriage, into work, into everything. You will remember I told you." Mama Ngozi waved him off. "You complain too much. Leave my daughter, abeg. She is special." "Yes," he murmured, staring at his stubborn child through the window. "Very special. One day the world will show her how special she is." By the time Ngozi Kaezoke bloomed into her 20s, the entire village had already stamped her with one permanent title: "Fine girl, bad investment." Her beauty was the kind that could stop a man in his tracks. But once he followed the beauty home and opened her room door, he would run back like a rat that mistakenly entered lion's cage. Ngozi's room was not untidy. It was a crime scene. Clothes were piled like insulted mountain. There was a plate under her bed that nobody remembered putting there. A slice of bread from last month that was sitting confidently on the window like a paid rent. Her pillowcase had seen things angels fear to see. Even the lizards refused to enter. They used to pass her window, peek inside and whisper to each other, "Brother, no good there, oh. Your health is important." If her mother complained, she would sign dramatically, "Mommy, leave it. Creativity needs chaos. Me and this my dirt understand each other." Her father would mutter, "No chaos go marry you." Suitors used to admire her beauty from afar. Smooth skin, figure 8, sweet voice. Then they would visit her house. One fine young man, UCHE, entered her room once. 5 seconds later, he stepped back like he saw a ghost. "Ngozi, is this your room or carpentry workshop? See sawdust everywhere." She replied proudly, "It's not sawdust. It's my hair from last week. It adds texture." UCHE left and never returned. Later, he told his friends, "That girl fine, but her house is building character I did not sign up for." The whole village quickly understood no man wanted a wife who believed hygiene was optional. Her parents refused to give up. Maybe a shop will keep her busy. They opened a provision store for her near the main junction. Week 1, she arranged goods. Week 2, she strolled in around 11 a.m., sat down, pressed phone, dozed off. Week 3, sweeping not in her contract. By month's end, rats took over her shop like they signed land agreement. They chewed biscuits, entered cartons, started holding prayer meeting inside willow containers. One day, a customer rushed out screaming, "Jesus, I saw a rat using Capri-Sun straw. I'm not doing again." Her father closed the shop with tears in his eyes. Her mother tried again. "Ngo baby, maybe salon work will fit you." It fit her. For 3 business days after that, the floor was full of hair. Long hair, short hair, new hair, old hair, hair like spiritual sacrifice. Comb floating in cups of dirty water. Mirrors was foggy like it was tired of life. A customer walked in, looked around and asked, "Sorry, do you do hair here?" Or is this a shrine for abandoned wigs? Saloon closed. At this point, even Ebuka told people outside, please, nobody should bring my sister into any business again. She's allergic to responsibility. Ngozi started lying for survival. Small lie for airtime, big lie for food, emergency lie for transport, backup lie for begging. And she did it so confidently that even professional actors would clap for her. There are lies, there are wicked lies. And there are Ngozi Ika, Ezoke's customized premium wicked lies, the kind that make even the devil take note. But on this particular day, she graduated. The sun was hot, the market was busy. Ngozi had come to the city to hustle, which in her dictionary meant life for free food, life for extra transport, look for who to manipulate, gently, gently. She was strolling between stores when she saw a tiny, frail-bent old woman sitting under an umbrella. Her wrapper was washed until the colors were confused. Her slippers were hanging by the thread of hope. Ngozi slowed down, scanning her like opportunity. Good afternoon, Mama, she greeted instantly, wearing her sweetest angelic voice. The one looked up. Good afternoon, my daughter. Ngozi sat beside her. Mama, what are you doing under this hot sun? You look tired. The woman signed and opened a small nylon purse. Inside, maybe 4,000 naira, old folded note. I came to buy my medicine. My legs have been failing me. Doctor said if I don't start the treatment, I might not walk again. Ngozi gasped. Jesus, why didn't you tell somebody before coming? This place is too stressful for you. My daughter, she said softly, I am alone. I manage myself. Immediately, wicked inspiration touched Ngozika's spirit. She shifted closer. Mama, let me help you. I know a trusted chemist nearby. Give me the money. I will buy the correct medicine and come back. You will not suffer yourself. The old woman studied her face. You will help me? Yes, Mama. Even God will bless you today. Slowly, painfully, trusting the woman, she handed her the nylon purse. Ngozika stood up boldly like a humanitarian worker. Mama, wait here. I will buy the drugs and even bring pure water for you. She walked a few steps, then her face changed. Her steps changed. Her conscience, what conscience? She didn't pack it when she left the village. 5 minutes later, she was in a boutique, pricing wig. 10 minutes later, she bought shawarma. 15 minutes later, she entered keke and galloped away from the market with the woman's last money. Back under the umbrella, Mama Enkay waited and waited and waited. The sun shifted from east to west. The umbrellas around her were beginning to fold. Traders began packing up. A tomato seller asked her, Mama, why are you still here? My daughter went to buy my medicine. She replied gently, she's coming back. What daughter? Mama Enkay described Ngozi, beautiful, tall, yellowish brown skin, wearing fine slippers. The woman hissed loudly, Mama, you don't enter one chance. That girl, she can use Bible to lie to angel. 2 more traders came. They recognized the description too. They shook their heads in sorrow. One said, Mama, just go home. That girl is not coming back. She is allergic to honesty. Mama Enkay's lips pressed together. Her eyes glistened, but she didn't cry. She stood slowly, supported herself with a shaky hand and whispered quietly, calmly, painful, my daughter, it is not me you cheated. It is your future. What you did today will meet you tomorrow. Ngozika woke up that Monday morning with the kind of confidence only useless people have. She stretched lazily, scratched her stomach, yawned like goat, and rolled off the bed. Normally, she would start the day by ignoring all responsibilities, but today she decided to go into the city early. She needed to hustle, more lies because her account was whizzing like broken flutes. She dressed quickly, didn't sweep, didn't arrange the bed, stepped over a pile of clothes, ignored the cup of garri that had been under her bed for 3 weeks, and left for the junction. She boarded a keke with 4 other passengers. The conductor shouted, everybody bring your money. Ngozi smiled and prepared her regular transport life. Conductor, abeg, my app is Miss B. Bah! A heavy, unexpected hot slap landed on her cheeks from absolutely nowhere. The slap was so loud, the driver shouted, Blood of Jesus. Ngozi froze. Everyone in the keke looked around. Who slapped her? I no see anybody. Auntie, are you fighting invisible people? Even the driver. packed and turned off the ignition. Ngozi held her cheeks, confused. The slap was accurate, experienced, and well-traveled. The conductor stared at her forehead. "Auntie, who beat you? Say the truth." She stammered, I don't know." Nobody believed her because that slap was too professional to be accidental. Later that afternoon, she reached her cousin Chisom's house. She was hungry, broke, and ready to lie again. "Chisom, abeg, give me 2K. I'll return it this evening. I swear." Bah! Another slap. Cleaner, sharper. This one turned her face towards the ceiling. Chisom screamed and dropped her phone. "Ngozi, what is beating you? Your ancestors or who?" "I don't know," Ngozi shouted, eyes watery. Chisom backed away slowly. "You better stop whatever you're doing, because whoever is slapping you is not a small somebody." By evening, she went home, defeated and tired. She opened her room door and stepped inside. Like always, her foot touched dusty floor. Achoo! She sneezed. The sneeze shook the windows. She frowned. What kind of sneeze? She stepped again. Chew, chew, chew. Water began coming out from her nose like tap with small leak. She panicked, ran to the veranda. Instantly, the sneezing stopped. She blinked. Wait, what? She stepped inside the room again. Shoo! This sneeze nearly removed her wig. Ngozi ran back outside like someone chased by masquerade. Her breathing became heavy, her eyes red, her voice shaky. She looked at the room like it was demon-possessed. What is happening to me? She cleaned her nose, wiped her eyes, inhaled carefully, then tiptoed back inside the house one more time. Just one toe. The one tiny toe touched the dirt. Shoo! She screamed and ran outside. That was the moment she understood. Her body was violently rejecting dirt. And violently, discipline lies. Two things she loved with her whole heart. She sat on a stool outside her house, shaking like generator in rainy season, holding her cheeks and nose at the same time. For the first time in her life, Ngozika whispered, "God, are you trying to tell me something?" But of course, nobody answered her, only the breeze and her vibrating nostrils. The next day, Ngozika woke up with a swollen cheek and a traumatized spirit. Her face was still remembering the two slaps from yesterday. Her nose was remembering the sneezes. Her brain was remembering nothing because it couldn't understand what had happened. But this Ngozika, if she doesn't go out, how will she hustle? So she dressed up and entered the city again. At the Tomato Junction, she stopped at a woman's store. "Auntie, how much for this paint?" she asked. 700. The seller replied. Ngozi lying spirit activated out of habit. No now. I bought it 300 naira yesterday. Bah! This slap was so heavy, it knocked a whole basket of tomatoes off balance. Tomatoes rolled everywhere like red waterfall. Market women screamed. A man dived behind the onions for safety. A customer shouted, who they beat that girl?" Another one asked, "Is she practicing for boxing match?" Ngozi stood there holding her cheeks, eyes shaking like generator choke. The tomato seller didn't move. She just folded her arms and said, "Auntie, abeg, if you want to price in peace. Don't use violence." Ngozika quickly brought out money. "No need to price again. Give me anything. Take the money." Later that afternoon, she entered a bus going to New Layout. She sat quietly, determined not to lie. But the driver announced, "Everybody bring your transport, 400. She panicked. She only had 200 left. Her mouth began itching to lie. Her lying spirit whispered, "Just say you transfer later." She opened her mouth slightly. "Arupa! Bam!" This slap turned her wig. Her wig shifted to one side like it was gossiping with her ear. The whole bus shouted, "Driver, which kind of wahala be this? Auntie, if you have enemy, tell us. We will drop you." Ngozi grabbed her wig and screamed, "I have no enemy, oh. It's only my mouth that is stupid. I will trek home. Let me calm down." She jumped down from the moving bus like action film. As if it wasn't enough. Humiliation. By evening, she decided to go to church. Maybe prayer would settle everything, she thought. During testimony time, the pastor said, "Tell your neighbor I am a child of God." Ngozi turned to the woman beside her. She opened her mouth to say it, but her brain suddenly remembered the multiple lies she told that same morning. Small lies, big lies, expensive lies. Her heart shattered, her mouth trembled. She attempted, "I am a child." Bah! This slap made her shout, "Hi!" in front of the entire congregation. The choir stopped singing. The pastor froze. One usher whispered, "Pastor, Deliverance has started unprovoked. Another usher stepped back. This one passed my level. Then her nose picked up all the dust from the chairs, carpet, and curtains. Achoo! Achoo! She sneezed so violently that one of the church's fans shook. People started packing chairs to avoid flying saliva. The pastor raised hands dramatically. The spirit of confusion is troubling this young woman. Ushers, hold her. No, wait, leave her. She might be contagious. Because she ran out of the church barefoot, wig in her hand, eyes leaking water after rain season. The night she couldn't sleep. Everywhere she sat, something in her body was ready to slap or sneeze. Every lie she thought of backfired. Every dirty corner caused sneezing. She whispered into the darkness, "This cannot be my life. This is not normal. I need to behave. My body hates my lifestyle." For the first time ever, Ngozika realized she had no choice. Either she changed or her cheeks and nose would submit resignation letter. For the first time in her entire life, Ngozika cleaned her room before sunrise. Not because she wanted to, not because she suddenly loved chores, but because every time her foot touched one tiny piece of dirt, achoo, her nostrils vibrated like faulty generator. She spent the entire morning sweeping, rearranging, sweating, grunting, and muttering insults at the floor. "Is this what people have been doing since?" she hissed as she mopped. "I didn't know being neat is this stressful. Human beings are strong." Even Ebuka, who came home that weekend, stood in the doorway shocked. He didn't remove his slippers. "Ngozi, are you okay? Did somebody die? Or are you running from police?" "Get inside and shut the door," she snapped, squeezing mop water. "If death touches me again, I will sneeze my soul out." Ebuka stepped back. "Wow, death is now touching you. Wonders will never end." Over the next week, something very strange began to happen. Ngozi cleaned daily, swept without being told. She even washed plates willingly. Whenever she tried to behave like the former her body warned her immediately. Trying to lie small to her neighbor about why she borrowed salt, her cheeks would get hot. Try to sit on a dusty stool, her nostril would twitch. Try to ignore something messy, one sneeze would announce her failure. Ngozi realized something. Whether I like it or not, I must be neat if I want to survive. So, for the first time ever, she attempted responsibility. She started ironing her clothes, spreading her bed sheets, using deodorant like civilized human being. Even neighbors noticed. Mama Uju from the next compound shouted one morning, "Ah, Ngo baby, your compound is not smelling fish stew today. What happened?" Ngozi looked away. "My body is misbehaving." "Ha! Whatever is misbehaving is, let it continue." Because she couldn't lie her way through life anymore, she decided to get a small job. Amarachi helped her get work at a local eatery in town. Her first day, she tried to lie to a customer. "Sir, your food is coming. We are almost done." Her cheeks tingled. She shut up immediately and told the truth. "Sir, the food never reached halfway. Just sit and be patient." The customer blinked, confused but impressed. Over time, Ngozi became shockingly useful. She cleaned tables properly, she wiped counters, she wore apron and tied scarf and didn't lie. She didn't dodge work. She didn't sneeze or get slapped. People began asking the manager, "Madam, this your new girl dey try o. She behaves well." The manager laughed hard. If only people knew where she was coming from. One evening after work, she met Amarachi under the mango tree in the village. Ama looked at her closely. "Ngozi, something has changed about you. You're not useless again." Ngozi sighed heavily and sat down. "Ama, life humbled me." Ama laughed. "What happened?" Ngozi hesitated. "I don't know what is wrong with me. Anytime I lie, something hits me. Anytime I go near death, my nose fights me. My body is controlling me." Ama stared at her wide-eyed. "No wonder you become serious." Ngozi nodded. For the first time in a long while, her voice softened. "Ama, I need to live a normal life. I'm honestly tired of disgrace." She didn't know how everything started. She didn't know why, but she knew one thing clearly. If she wanted to survive, if she wanted peace, if she wanted her face to stop vibrating, she had to continue being a decent human being, even if it pained her soul. By the end of the month, the entire neighborhood had accepted a new truth. Ngozika Ezioke had changed. Not small change, big change. Transformation that even motivational speakers could use as sermon. Her room was clean, her clothes were folded, she swept twice a day. She mopped until the tiles shined like gossip eyes. Her bedspread no longer looked like war zone. Even her breathing changed. Clean people breathe differently. One Saturday, her parents arrived from the village to see with their eyes because news had been spreading like wildfire. Mama Oju said, Ungo baby, they wash clothes with her hand. Mama Ngozi whispered shocked, not washing machine with her hand. Paizioke scoffed, lie, impossible. But when they reached her house and stepped inside, both parents froze. The sitting room was clean, the table arranged, curtains washed, no smell, no shoe lying carelessly like lost wood. Mama Ngozi opened the bathroom, she gasped. Tiles were shining, soap dish arranged, towel hung neatly. She screamed, Chineke, did Jesus pass here? Ebuka checked the wardrobe. Clothes folded, arranged, ironed. He whispered, whoever did this deserved national award. Ngozi stood proudly with mop in her hand. Welcome, she said. Her father blinked again. Finally, he sat down slowly and muttered to himself, ah, wonder shall never end. With time, even her job in the city improved. She became the eatery's most reliable staff. A phrase nobody had ever imagined would be used near her name. Her honesty shocked customers. Once a customer asked, is the soup sweet? Old Ngozi's answer would have been, very, it's one world best soup, even if it tasted like disappointment. But Ngozi said, sir, it's sweet, but today's one is not as sweet as yesterday's. If you want, choose stew instead. The man laughed and tipped her 500 naira. People liked her. She dressed better. She smelled nice. She had peace. Best of all, the slaps and the sneezes completely stopped. Ngozi finally began to think she had escaped humiliation forever. It was a Thursday afternoon. Ngozi had closed from work and was standing under the shade near the bus stop. That was when a fine, tall young man parked beside her. Fine in a dangerous way, beard shaped like destiny, perfume smelling like employment and good home training. He rolled down the window. Hello, he smiled. I've seen you around the area. You look very responsible. Ngozi's knees almost did meeting. Thank you, she replied shyly. My name is Chidubem, he said. What's yours? Ngozika. They talked. He laughed at her jokes. She blushed. Lizards on the fence watched the romance like Netflix. Then he asked the question African women fear. How old are you? Ngozi froze. Her spirit shook. Her brain whispered, remove small. Just subtract 3. Just small lie. Small, harmless, cute lie. She smiled sweetly. I am 20. Boom. A slap of all slaps. A slap that had memory, history, unfinished business, family members, ancestral connection, pending arrears and tax. It landed with such precision that birds in the nearest tree flew far away. Chidubem staggered back in shock. People nearby screamed. A woman carrying pepper almost dropped her basket. Ngozi clutched her face, eyes tearing instantly. She screamed, okay, I'm 29. I beg, leave my face alone. Silence. Breathless silence. Then Chidubem did something unexpected. He threw his head back and laughed uncontrollably. You're funny, he said. Still laughing. At least you're honest. I like people who don't pretend. Ngozi, still holding her cheek, stared at him. You're not angry? Why would I be? He smiled. Everybody has a story. Ngozi blinked, her face still hot, her pride still limping. She inhaled deeply and whispered to herself, one more lie and this slap will send me to my village spiritually. That night, she lay on her clean bed, staring at the ceiling fan. For the first time in her life, she felt peaceful, free, human. She didn't know why her life changed. She didn't know why things slapped her. She didn't know why she sneezed like broken transformer. But she knew one thing. Her life before now was scattered, disgraceful, useless. This new life, the neatness, the honesty, the responsibility, felt better, felt lighter, felt right. She whispered, whatever this phase was, I straightened my life. Even if I don't understand now, I'm grateful. She turned off the lamp, closed her eyes, and slept peacefully with one hand on her cheek, just in case. The end. You can leave in the comments what you learned about this wonderful story. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button, guys. Share this story to your loved ones that you know that will enjoy this hilarious story. Like, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one, my loves. Till then again, bye. I love you guys. Mwah.
Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please click on the subscribe button to support us. Turn on the post notification to get notified when I upload a new story. Like, share, and comment your thoughts. Till then, bye.